Folks, it's me, the old deplorable basket case, here once again with encouraging world news. True stories from around the world to remind you all, or us all, that this really is a good world we live in. So, in an exciting new conservationist victory, the Mexican jaguar population has increased by 20% over the last 8 years. Due to conservation programs launched by the national government and various regional conservation efforts across the country. Um, so there are now currently 64,000 jaguars worldwide, 90% of which are in the Amazon rainforest. The species were listed as endangered in 1972 and are currently not on the endangered list. And that's good news, isn't it? Because, it's not just we like having these creatures around us, but these jaguars are a very important part of their environment, of their ecosystem. So having them around is definitely a good thing. So the big news of the week: U.S. President Donald Trump met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and they signed a written agreement that is supposed to lead to the complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. That's a big deal. Okay, this is historic. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't say that there's still a lot of things that could go wrong. There's a lot that could happen to make this not happen, not come to anything. But this is a major step toward a result that I'm certain we all want to see happen. Moving on. In an exciting new series of reports from the United Nations, violence in Iraq has declined 80% since last year. The data was released by the United Nations Assistance Mission for Iraq and the Iraq Body Count database, and they say that it counted the number of civilians who died over the past 5 months, and they say civilian deaths have fallen by a staggering 80% since the same 5-month period from last year. The sudden drop in violence is credited to Iraq's declared victory over ISIS forces in December, which quite recently, in an extended conversation with a foolish young person, I said that the biggest problem that Iraq has, or had until quite recently, was the large army of religious fanatics trying to destroy the country. I feel somewhat vindicated with this news. Anyway, moving on to something a little more personal. In Stockton, California, a woman named Nana Shaishanda, I hope I'm saying that right, was woken up at approximately 11 p.m. by her sick 8-month-old pit bull named Sasha, who kicks up a ruckus at the back door. Miss Shaishanda let Sasha in, and Sasha immediately went straight to the room of Shaishanda's 7-month-old baby daughter, Masela. More importantly, Miss Shaishanda was alerted to the fact that the building was on fire. She lived in a fourplex. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but different homes are connected to each other in some way. The 30-year-old woman ran inside to get her child, only to find that Sasha was already pulling the baby to safety by her diaper. So the family were able to escape the house, wake up the neighbors, call 911, and get everyone to safety. So although several homes were destroyed, no one was hurt, and that's cool, isn't it? Yet one more item of evidence, proof, why everyone needs a dog. So moving over to Brazil. Bruno Rafael Paiva from Breio Santo, Brazil, has recently started his dream job of being a teacher. He expected the work to be difficult, with ill-behaved students, low wages, long hours, but his first salary was delayed by over 2 months. After the second month, he was forced to sleep on the couch of a friend of his just to not be stuck outdoors. When students in one of his classes found out about his problem, They created a raffle and raised money to help him. As a means of surprising him with the gift, the students divided themselves in pairs and each wrote little notes of apologies for their behavior and thanks for his efforts, and plastered them around the classroom. When Mr. Pava arrived for class, they asked him to go around the room and find the papers so he could read them all out loud. The last note directed him to open a box on his desk, and when he saw the money, he started to cry. And his students immediately rushed to him and hugged him. Mr. Pava has mentioned that this particular class is the least well-behaved, but sweetest class that he has. And, well, that's all I got for you today, folks. There's lots more that happened this week. I really encourage you to go looking for encouraging news yourself. And if you have encouraging news, then please share it. I'm sure everyone would love to hear or see, if you say in a comment, what encouraging news you have to share. Please comment below with anything you have to say. I'd sure like to know what you think. And have a good night, and God bless.